And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. I'm super excited to be back again in this platform. And I'm not alone. We are a big team today. So I'm really excited. And I want to say a big hi to everybody. I hope you're all doing fine. And I want to welcome Sis Lucy and our coach Dave and Roxanne. We are super excited to have you in our platform. So thank you so much, followers, wherever you are going to watch us or watching us now. We appreciate you watching us. Join us. If you have questions, please feel free to post them and we will try and answer them because today we have two coaches. So we have a privilege of having two great coaches. And without further ado, I will leave. Let me introduce myself in case for somebody doesn't know me. So I'm Hannah. I live in France with my family. I'm a mom of four, married. I work, but in the social. But for now, I'm home with our firstborn, and I'm a proud digital business owner, and I'm a child of God. So I want to leave Sis Lucy to introduce herself so that we can go
Hello,
there.
yes, thank you. Thank you, Sis Hannah. Hello, everyone, wherever you are in this world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So here, Lucy's is her live. So I'm originally from Cagayan de Oro City, Philippines, Mindanao, and live now in Ontario, Canada. I am a married. I have two growing-up sons and a servant of God, and also proud digital business owner.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
All right, that's great. So we're here again to discuss about online business, skills, knowledge, experiences. So we are really super excited, and I'm gonna really take this moment to thank you so much, Dave and Roxanne, to accept our invitation, squeezing us in your busy schedule. So I will leave. I don't know who is going to start the introduction. Could you kindly introduce yourself that people can know you?
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much, Hannah and Lozy. This is incredible that you guys are doing this. So my background is like Lozy. I'm from the Philippines. I moved in Canada in 1996, and I went into engineering because that's what my parents told me. I'm a good kid, right? And I graduated, and I found out it wasn't for me. The reason I found out is because I had a sickness called alarm clockitis. I don't know if you experienced that when you wake up, right, and you want to snooze the alarm because you don't like go to work, and you sleep a little bit, and it snoozes again, and you want to just throw it to the wall because you hate your job, right? Uh, I had that like this feeling in me that says, you know what, I have to try something else, and that's when I took a leap of faith, and I tried something else. The first time it was in financial services, my first self-employed business. That's where I met my beautiful wife, Roxanne. I was her manager. I joke around.
Oh.
I joke around. I manage her really well because I married her, right? Um, and but prior to the online business, I was a general manager, and now I do this full time.
Yeah. So that's where I met my husband in our first business venture in 2007. And so basically for me, I moved from the Philippines as well in 2004 with my parents, with my siblings as well. So um, my background is in paralegal because I wanted to become a lawyer and, climb up the corporate ladder. And soon I realized as well that it's not for me. I realized that I have this dream that I wanted to help my parents retire in the retirement, provide for them as well. And I realized that having a good job or high income corporate job, it's not enough. It's just enough for the two of us and our future kid at the time. So we were looking for other ways, to get ahead. And many years later, that's where we found 4 years ago in 2018. That's where we found our online business. And before becoming full time here, I work in finance in the government, and now we're doing this full time.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much for sharing
Thank
your journey.
you.
As for me, I can just say that I've done so many kind of jobs. But I would say most of my time I was in care, and then I switched. I not switched, but it's kind of attached. I'm in social, but I'm specialist in the migration side. Yeah,
Mm,
and I too was looking for a solution because now I have 4 children. Going back to work is
yeah.
not
Wow.
easy. Yeah. So I will just ask the question. I will begin by asking the questions. Uh, how many years have you been in this business, and what was your why? Just share with us what was your why, because you're two people who came together and agreeing to be business owners as a couple. It really had to be a big reason. You had to agree together. Yes, now we want to be business man and woman. So share with us why and how many years are you in this business? Thank you.
Yeah. So the first question is, we've been in this online business for 4 years, but the why started when I met my wife in the very first self-employed business, because she said, I want to retire my parents, and both of my parents died already. Right. I came to Canada in '96. I shared this always in the webinar. In When I came to in '96, I was about 14 years old. 3 months later, we found out that my mom had breast cancer, and a year later, in '97, she died. My dad died when I was 3. So when she said, I want to retire my parents, I said, you know what, I want to help you. This was when I met her in, like, what is it,
2008.
2008, our first venture. That was her why, and I was helping her with her. That was really our big why, and that's why we didn't stop pursuing. Failed so many things. We kept telling her mom, "We're gonna retire you, fail, right?" And then 4 years ago, that was when we said, you know what, this is it. It's this online business that can is able us to do that. That's one of our whys, and the other why is that we've been in ministry for a long time, Roxanne and I, and every time the ministry needed something, we had this dream in our desire. We had this fantasy in our heart that if the ministry needed something, instead of raising funds, we were able to just give the ministry what it needs, and we weren't able to do it. We were just doing it with what we had left. But with this online business now, like, I mean, we're able to do so many things because of that, right?
That's amazing.
Awesome. That's nice. It's so nice because I saw Dave and Roxanne 2019, your odds.
Yeah.
I saw you both. But because of, a mindset of skeptical, I said, oh, maybe it's not true. Maybe it's like that. So here comes, I am still with you. I'm still with you. That's why I love the word you said, divine appointment. I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yes.
love that one. Yeah.
I clicked on the ad. It's the ad that led me to this business. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we are really, for us, it's a journey that it is a divine connection,
Mm.
because I believe we are so many that we cannot be able to connect everybody here, but we are
Yeah.
a great team. Yes. So we are really grateful that God brought you in our lives, because I believe it was the divine appointment for us.
Thank
So, Sis Lucy, I will leave you continue the questions, please.
Yes, and yeah, so many. I know that you said so. A lot of businesses that you are failed, and so do I as well. I have a lot as well, because of course we're migrated here, so we're looking for something. Since back home we are built up with the business, but then we're failed, but trying to do it again. So that's why I'm so happy and blessed that I meet you, and because of this online business. We are growing, and also our not only just finances, but in all areas and aspects of our life, we're learning day by day. I love that one. Every time you go lives, every time you talk, there is really learning, in every talk. So my question is that whatever businesses a person is running, one has to be focused and consistent, work hard. And what has keep your both running into this business?
I think that's a good question. For for us, what keep us going is really it's not just because right now, in the first couple of years, right, when we're doing this online business, it's really about us, right, making money and all that, paying off our debts. But once you pass that, that stage that we paid off our debts, we bought our new home, we already 50% paid off our home, right? really, treating our families. Really, like what keep us going is more stories of people, not just us winning, but also people that are quitting their jobs. It fills our heart every time we hear that. And also, of course, people that, having more time with their family. I think now from desperation it becomes an inspiration, right? We wanted to help
That's
more
amazing.
people, like, because we know where they are, right? We know
Yeah.
how stressful it was. We
Yes.
argue a lot about finances. Oh, like, can we cover the bills? There's this bill coming up, it's gonna be negative. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard, right? Like, even if
Yeah.
you're serving in the ministry, like we've been serving for like over 10 years now, and
Mhm.
it's not, regardless how good a person you are, but if you're strapped with financial worries, like,
Mhm.
you argue, right? Like, you don't have
Yeah.
that good relationship. I think that what keeps us going and still focused until now. Even if we're here in the business for 4 years, we're still focused and really like excited about helping
Mhm.
more people.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
awesome,
really
awesome. That's very true. I love that. I love that one because you are now in building, right? You're now helping a lot of people. You're focusing on building people. I love that one. So yeah, because everyone also is, looking at you. How do you gonna build? Particularly me. I really talking about myself because when I every time you talk about the system, these things, honestly, in my board in here is all about 000 and kunik, and I put a lot of names and I don't know who's that name. I hear in front of me. So I'm doing that
Mhm.
one. I really whatever you said. So I just do it silently because I'm still growing up day by day in this business.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you so much because you are my inspiration. And I have
Mhm.
a questions. This one, we are reaching out so many people already. As you know, we're thousands of people. So they're willing to start the business, but people know their weak point in giving up quickly. They're just I'm gonna get quickly. So what would you advise them for that? For like,
Yeah. That's a
just
that's
like
a that's a very good question, because you know it's not uncommon to quit because it's easy to start. I mean, anybody can start anything. I always talk about this in relation to going to school, because a lot of people can relate to it.
mhm,
Yes.
When I started in engineering, people were so excited. It's gonna be amazing, right? Second year, a lot of people, weren't so interested anymore. Third year, some people are not there anymore. And when we graduated in our fourth year, right, I would say half the class made it. And then even in the graduating class, not everybody got a job, right? What is the difference? There wasn't wrong with the school system because I graduated, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't wrong with the jobs out there because I got a job, right?
mhm,
The separator is always you, right? And
Mhm.
how do you not quit? Is you've got to, from the very beginning, you gotta, people will pay the price if they don't,
Mhm.
if they're clear what the promise is. What
mhm,
is the end result? For people that graduated the 4 years, is because it was clear to them that when they
Mhm.
graduate and they got a diploma, it's supposed to change their life, right? So
Exactly.
mhm,
that's why they stuck to it. You got to know when you start something, you have to know what price you need to pay for the promise that you're gonna get. The people that quit is because they're unwilling to pay the price, right? It's just it's too tough for them. So my advice for them is, before they get into this, they need to know that this is long term, and they need to know that it's going to be worth it at the end. And
Yes.
do not quit on a bad day, because anybody can quit on a bad day.
That's true.
If you
It's
don't
true.
feel good, and something happened, right? It's so easy to quit. But
Mhm.
yeah,
do it in a good day, when when you're fired up, when you just got a sale, right? Try quitting, right? You don't quit on a,
That's a good one.
just like in your job. You want
Yeah.
to quit in your job when your boss just told you're late, you're worth nothing. But
Mhm.
do it when you got a promotion. Try it, right? Try quitting, right? It's hard, so you got to treat it the same way.
Yeah.
First things first, know that it's going to be long term, but it's going to be worth it. When Why? Because when you see other people that did it and went through it,
Mhm.
mhm,
right, they're free today, right?
Mhm.
where
yeah,
where else can you do that, right? You can't do it in a 4-year degree. You can't do it working 30 years in a job, right?
Yeah.
So if you're willing to pay the price of working for 30 years for a measly pension, 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is, right? Are you willing to do it for the next 3 to 5 years and be free for the rest of your life? That is what keeps people going. They need to think about that, right?
Yeah, and also I think a lot of people quit too soon because just because they don't see the results yet, right? And that's so sad because when like you have to really like in the beginning when you started, right? You have to always have an end goal, like a more like a goal that you want to hit, right? And even if you don't hit it yet, know that
Yeah.
it you will hit it. And I think one of the reasons why people quit is that they don't have the accountability partners, right? The people around them that
Yeah.
that will ask you, oh, hey, where are you? What are you
Yeah.
doing? Like, why are you
Mm-hmm.
quit? Don't quit, right? So the
Yeah.
first thing is people quit because they're alone. They feel alone. They don't see the results yet, right? So one of the ways that you can avoid quitting yourself is really
Mm-hmm.
plug into a community, right? Like for us, we have our own tribe,
Mm-hmm.
right? That way you can make friends because you cannot quit on a friend, right? Like
Yeah.
if you make friends, like 'cause if you just started and no one knows you, then you can easily quit and say,
Liquids,
oh,
yes.
it didn't work for me, right? Like 6 months
Mm-hmm.
later, no one knows me, then I'll quit, right?
Yeah.
But if someone knows you or like like you're friends with people, even if you're not financially linked, and people sometimes people needs you because you're gonna encourage them, but you
Mm-hmm.
need people so that to encourage you as well. So really another way to avoid quitting is really make friends with the people around you, make friends with the online community. And that's what I love about in our online system is that you will be plugged into a community where you don't feel alone. You do the
Exactly.
business on your own, right? Because we're all independent owners, but you're never alone because you have a
Yeah.
group of people helping you, mentors, coaches, and other co-business partners that will help you as well.
And that's why it's so unique, it's so incredible to be in an online environment because as a self-employed right person, if you start your own business, it's a lonely journey,
Yeah.
right? Because it's easy to quit. So it's even higher chance of quitting on a self-employed business compared to like an online community like this, right?
That's so true. I agree that one because last time I was sitting pretty for my business for over a year. I just keep saying congratulations, congratulations, welcome aboard, welcome aboard. So I just come to realize to myself because one of my reason that why I'm not moving because of my husband is skeptical during that time. So I said I
Mm-hmm.
keep praying, I keep praying, I keep praying, and I said to myself until such time the Vancouver which I meet you in person.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's my first ever. I was blown away that one, and I was so excited. And before I talked to my husband, I was praying. I said, Lord, you need to be, agreed with me. And then from that on, I told to my husband, you need to bless me because I'm doing this not because for myself, but because through
Yeah.
to all the family. And the one reason that I want to go there because I want to meet people that is the
Yeah.
same mindset that I have. So I said I need to connect. I need to go because I know I have a coach that I have a mentor to keep talking to, but it's different when you are in the crowd of different people. So
Yeah.
gladly enough, I meet you all in person, and that's the starting point that I said to myself, I need to be like level up my business, and gladly enough, to be honest, from that on and now I'm growing up so fast,
I love
like
it.
in
Amazing.
my business. Yeah.
You
So
are.
soon I become coach on December 20. So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
and almost 5A. So
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
it's really nice, Sister Hannah, to be with. And soon we have our next August, and we have to be there, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
By the grace of God. Yes, 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 yes. So it's. I love what you're all sharing because that's there are people who want this business, but it's either the fear of failing or fear of I will not make it, or maybe having a skeptical partner. So I
Yeah.
really count it a blessing that Dave and Roxanne, that you are a couple that you were able to start together, go they run together. So that's a big challenge I've actually heard from most people who are in this business. The challenge is either my wife or my husband was skeptical.
Yeah.
So it's whereby somebody takes almost maybe a couple of months before getting into the business and running properly. But with time, because of their results in this business, the skeptical partners become now the business partners in
Yeah.
that time.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
So
That's me.
so yeah, yeah, like Lucy. Yeah, as for me, I thank God because my husband was actually, the idea came from my husband.
Oh,
So
I
wow.
love it. Wow.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So I want just to say thank you. We had somebody who was watching us. I believe he's still watching us. JS and M Digital Business. Thank you so much. He's saying thank you for sharing more information on this business. Yes, this is a global business, and I'm in France. You're in Ontario, and you guys are in
Calgary.
Alberta. So you can see how global we are, and we are all sharing or using the same system that everybody is plugging into, and we are succeeding because it's a personal business, and it's up to the individual to run the business the way they want it. And you've said the challenge is being alone in this business. We are a team, and I can bear witness that I'm new in the business, but I thank God the team God gave me because it's a team that, because it's true in business. When you begin, when you're new, if you're not fed with the right information, with the right skills and everything, you can easily just um, call it quits.
Yeah.
Just say I can't take it anymore. But
Mhm.
we have weekly masterminds, Zooms. We have so many. We have the groups that we can share, ask the questions. So this is a business. Anybody who is out to learn something, join us, and you will not regret, because we have living testimonies before us here.
Yeah.
So I will I will ask a question, because briefly the last question before we go, because before you give your last words, because we would like you to give us your last words. You have so many, I would say, achievements and milestones. Just share with us your brief achievements, that somebody can be encouraged, because we share about the journey, we share about the process, but we can also mention one or two achievements, success, that somebody can say it's not just about how the business is, but we also have success in this business. Kindly share with us your
Yeah,
success.
for sure. So as Roxanne said, when we started 4 years ago, we were desperate. We were in $86,000 in consumer debt. So we couldn't sleep at night. I had more gray hairs growing than I wanted to, right? Creditors were calling left and right. And, with diligence, hard work in this online business, persistence and patience, in
Mhm.
16 months, we paid off all those debts, $86,000 in
Too
consumer
much.
debt. And,
It's a lot.
and that, it's hard to describe when you have, I call it financial peace, when you're completely debt free and you can sleep good at night. I mean, that for me, that was the first kind of huge milestone. It was like priceless for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, once you don't have that debts anymore, like you don't argue that much, right? You're like, okay, like I can breathe properly, right? And another thing is, we were able to, finally save up for our down payment. We were able to save up, about 10% for our down payment. We were able
Mhm.
to move from a two-bedroom apartment to a four-bedroom home, right? From a 900 square feet to a 2,600 square feet,
Congratulations.
right? Thank you. So, it feels amazing to be able to do that. And we were able to build a home for us. And also,
Mhm.
now, as what I've said earlier, now it's 50% paid off. We're looking to pay our home fully paid off next year. So we're so excited about that. And, just buying furniture is all in cash, our car fully in cash as well. It feels amazing to be able to do that. Before we had to use our credit card for
Yeah.
and Christmas, right? I think for the past 3 years, 3 years, right? 3 years of Christmas. It feels amazing that we can give more. And then I think this will be my third year that I will be able to treat my mom like shopping spree over 1,000, right? It feels good to do that, right? Before I
Yeah.
can't.
We have also too. We can live that life too.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
yeah, so it's amazing to be able to do
Yeah.
that. I just dream of doing that before, but now, like spoiling my mom, that's my favorite thing to do. And also now, like, I don't have to come back to work
That's the most
after.
important thing I was going to say.
I think one of the best thing that ever happened for us is that we're now full time on this online
Parents,
business,
right?
parents. So we have a choice to, to be home with our kids, or with our son, and or put him to a day home, right? And it just feels amazing because you can instill Christian values to him, right? And I think not just to have worry about finances. I think that's the best thing. Like, we traveled a lot this year, and you don't have to worry about the bills.
Yeah, we used to travel, and then
Then
you know
you have to think of your rent. You have to
you,
think of
you pay credit card, and then the bill comes back with you. It's like, oh, what is this?
so,
I have to work in paying it now, right? So
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so
uh,
true.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
so yeah,
Awesome.
God is good. That is so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the business
I
can
leave
do.
to you. I leave to you, Lucy.
Yeah, that's the
To give
business
you
can do.
your last words.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sister Hannah. And I love that one. For me, I didn't, I mean, my mortgage is not paid yet, but one of my dream I'm doing in this business is to support the missionary. So with this business, I did now support for 2 months. I started for 2 months already. No, 3 months already. I started 3 months. I supported the missionary. So that is the blessings from the online. I came from the online. Yeah, that is one. And then I paid my car, like not fully paid yet, but I paid my car. Yeah, I paid my
Yeah.
car. Yes, that is my because of this online. That's why I really like targeting something. And now this month we have a project from back home to because back home in my husband's place they don't have water, so we dig water to
Oh,
supply
wow.
all the zones over there in our place. So like it's a huge one, but I know God will provide because I have a lot now in this business,
yeah.
particularly this month and last
Wow.
month I have a lot. So yeah,
Yes.
I can supply that one. I already have a budget that one. I counted down. So yeah, because I want to see the business came from the business blessings. I also bless people. So that is
Yeah.
the business can do in our business. That is what I love about in this business. So yeah, my last word is that quitters never win. So you have to continue because there is no point of there is no way to quit in this business if you have a big why, like why you are doing this. So look at yourself in 5 years. How do you look at yourself from 5 years? Of if you doing that, if you keep in working for 9 to 5 job for 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, what kind of life that we have compared to doing in this business for 5 years, like our coach here just doing for years in
For
this,
years.
yeah, for business. And look
Yeah.
at them, they're job quitters. And not
Mhm.
only them, but a lot of living testimony in our community as well. So people around the globe continue to, if you are not signing up, so sign up now so that you can see the world of the possibility. Because
Yes.
if you don't check it out, if you don't sign up, how did you know that
Yeah.
there is a blessing inside? So you have to check
Yes.
it out so that you will know the blessing inside in this business.
Yes.
Yes, that's for me. Thank you so much, Sister
Yeah.
Hannah.
And also, just to add on that,
Yes. As
Rosie,
yeah, you can give your last words.
when
Yes.
when you said that, I really love that like when we started, because I know Hannah said that we're both working together, but like, for I think in 4 years ago, in 2018, I was in the verge of giving up, right?
Okay.
I said to Dave, no more of this. We're not gonna pursue any businesses, right? We're just gonna work.
Yeah.
We have great career, right? Might as
Mhm.
well just climb up the corporate ladder. And he said, that's why I like what he said. That, okay, let's say he's such a great salesman. He asked me this question. He asked me, okay, let's say 3 years from now,
Yes.
if we just do our job, right? What do we have? Maybe we're gonna pay off our debts, that's it. But what if we do both, do online business and still work on our finances and pay that off, right?
Yeah.
What do we have 3 years from now if we do the business? He said we can be debt free, but also boss free. We could be free from any we can be financially free.
Yeah.
So why not choose the other way, which is both, right? Do the online
Yes.
business and still have our job.
Yeah.
We did this part time in the beginning, and then
Mhm.
after 14 months, Dave quit his job, and after 29 months, I quit my job. So,
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Awesome.
my last word is that, like Lozi said, 4 years ago we prayed for a solution,
Yeah.
right? And then a divine appointment, which is an ad, came up,
Yeah.
right?
We saw an ad,
We
yeah.
clicked on it and we watched the workshop. So, some of you that are watching this, it's not an accident, right? On a replay, maybe live, it's also a divine appointment, right? We were praying this for a solution, and this was the answer for us,
Yeah.
right? The only way to find out is to click the link and
Yeah.
see if maybe it's the solution you're praying for.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Hannah. Thanks,
Thank
Lucy.
you, Lucy.
It was a
Thank you,
pleasure
Hannah. Thanks, everyone.
to chat with you,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for those who are watching us. We appreciate it. For those who are going to watch us, you've had it all. They are living testimony, and many more who we have interviewed have also shared their journey.
Yeah.
I would say start the journey. We too, I did click the ad, and here I am today. Lucy did the same thing. Dave and Roxanne did the same thing. So for you to start, click on the link. Reach out to either sis Lucy or me, Dave and Roxanne. You can, that's their name in the Facebook. So you can reach out to anyone if you have any questions. Do not hesitate. We are here because also we were well received and well accompanied. So we also are glad to receive you and accompany you. So thank you so much, Coach
Thank
Dave and
you.
Thank
Roxanne, for your
you.
time. We appreciate. God bless you so much.
God
Sis
bless.
Lucy, I appreciate you. I celebrate you. Thank you so much, everybody. I wish you a good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank
guys.
you
Bye-bye.
so much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, coaches, Dave
Bye.
and Roxanne. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having you this. I know you're so busy, but you're here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.